it worked. I'm going to do this kind of fast. I had to turn off the air conditioner because it makes so much noise when it comes on. It's a wall unit because we live in an old house. And have to turn off the fan because you can hear that backgroundy, oh, it's terrible. Well, it's been in the 90s and it's been really, really hot, really nice, you know, upper 80s. Now it's going to be the 70s by the weekend. What's up with that? And then we're supposed to go to a wedding really up northwest. Excuse me. Of course, when you start, this is what happens to me. And it's going to be 61 and 65, rainy, whatever. And this wedding we're going to is going to be at a park, like a state park. And it's like, oh my gosh. I had bought this cute blue dress, like a summer blue and white dress for this thing. And I'm like, now I just want to take a parka. Anyway, I had mentioned before my mom's glass. What happened was there was this big bin on her back, or I guess you could call it a mudroom. And I knew there was some stuff on top, like this was on top. I knew there was some stuff on top. Like this is my childhood. This is all my childhood. I don't really think that this goes to this thing because it's way too big, but whatever. So I go, oh, you know, let's go through this stuff. So I kept dragging one piece. I could not move this thing. This thing was so heavy. I couldn't move it. So I brought in one at a time, pieces out of it. And I'd unwrap it and I'd say, oh, Mom, I remember this. This is from my childhood. I don't have anything that's worth any money. Now, you know, Mom has dementia. So everything I opened, which I am literally spread out right in front of me, and this isn't even all of it. I don't have anything worth any money. So I was looking this stuff up, and I took not a Post-it thing, but she has these little stacks of paper you can just rip off. All right, Rodney Kent aluminum. I can't even read my own writing. Something dish. Oh, that's why the lid doesn't fit. It has a missing glass bowl. I suppose it got broke. It says 50s. Why cannot I read my... Oh. Oh. Hammered aluminum. I wrote Hammond Earl. Oops. Anyway, hammered aluminum. And the little bowl is missing. That's unfortunate. So, 50s. All right. So, that's my childhood. I remember it very well. And now this, I didn't know what it was. I was like, I don't recognize this bowl. I don't understand this bowl. I'm thinking it was her husband's. It says Italy on the bottom. So I Google photo it. It says mid-century Italian, $26 to $48. So, you know, with Google photos, it brings up everything it finds, you know, and like eBay, Etsy, Mercari, all these things. And so I got prices for this very bowl anywhere from 26 to 48. I don't have anything that's worth any money. Okay, Mom. Now, this thing's gorgeous. Oh my gosh. It has a faceted top, little top knot there. Just gorgeous. Etched. Oh no, what did I do with the inside of this? Oh man, I looked this up. Where's the piece of paper? Oh, that irritates me. Anyway, it's 50s. My mom collected dishes, candy dishes, and all kinds of these things when she was first married in that. And I would say to her, like, well, where did these things come from, Mom? Oh, your dad would buy them, or, you know, people would buy them for her. Anyway, that irritates me. I thought I had these all marked. Now here's another one. It's just got a straight round top knot, but it's all etched. Now these type of bowls, like one I'm going to show you, it's actually footed. It's an amber glass. They call them bonbon bowls. This is probably a candy dish though. Very beautiful, very delicate. Oh, I cannot believe this is still around after all these years. Here's one. This is definitely my childhood. This thing is gorgeous. Such little intricate designs. And look at that top knot. Huh? Cute. Still can't believe I don't have the paperwork to that. I looked everything up. Fosteria. Jelly jam compote candy dish, 50s. $22 to $25 for this little thing. I don't have anything that's worth... Now, these things were probably $2 and $3 back then, I'm going to assume. Very cute little design, like little waves right there. Definitely remember that as a kid. And this is another one I remember so well. Like, my mom she has a Duncan Fife china cabinet, and a lot of these were in there. I'm sure she had them displayed other places too, but wow, look at that little top knot, that little swirly thing with, look at this fancy little bottom there. How cute is that? Oh, I tell you, I couldn't believe I had found some of this stuff. Grandma collected candy dishes. Oh, I wrote this for the kids. My childhood's 50s. I think I started there, but I didn't write down any prices. I'm going to have to guess, based on a lot of these, between 25 and $30. I'll look it up. I might do an update. And then this thing. Oh, this was around my entire life. My whole life. This says Sarna possibly Sarna something or other, India. I don't even know what it says. It's hard to read. At any rate, I open it up. And inside is this note. And it almost makes me cry because my dad was a preacher and he got his first church in 1964 in Chico, California. And we had a live nativity scene with donkeys and goats and not goats, lambs, sheep. And we always had Christmas programs. You know, if you ever belonged to a church, they always had Christmas programs when you were a kid. This says, purchased in 1950, used in many church Christmas programs as the gift of gold by the wise men. Perfect, I think. Now, Mom had to have written this years ago because with dementia, she remembers stuff from a long time ago, but the handwriting is way too good. She hasn't written like that for years. No, she wrote that a long time ago. And so, next, oh, this thing. Oh, I still can't believe I forgot to look these things up, but you get the point. Now, this says Warsaw cut glass. Now, I know I looked this up because we lived in Warsaw, Indiana. No, we lived in Winona Lake. We always went to Warsaw for stuff. But Warsaw had a glass, and I think they're still in business. But you can look it up. This thing is gorgeous. Wow. Cut glass. I don't know what those are. I really don't. Because back then, as you notice, it could say daffodil, it could say tulip, it could say any flower, and you're like, well, it almost looks like that. It was almost like it was abstract, you know, they didn't do it exact. It was like the abstract eras where they just did a hint of what it could be. Now, this is interesting. It looks like Capa de Monte, but of course it's not. It says made in Japan. The little sticker is still on the bottom. I kid you not. I'm not kidding. Oh, dang it. I forgot my... I have an exact picture of this on my iPad, and it sold for $34.99 on Etsy. Yeah, I think that's what it was. And it is a 1950s porcelain trinket box, bowl, dish, whatever. But there is not one chip off of these little porcelain flowers. Wow, that's cool. Now, I just looked up this, and it's a vintage. Now, I found one that said 20s, 1920s. Well, that would have had to been my great-grandma. I'm not sure. Did they do amber in the 1920s? I don't know. But this is a little amber dish with 3 little feet on the bottom. Now, this is what they call the bonbon bowl, bonbon dish. Now, I saw other ones that were from the 50s and stuff, but I don't know. When was amber? This thing is so delicate. I'm telling you, it is so thin. Scary. I watch people doing these Goodwill and thrift store things, and they're like one-handed filming, and they're like picking up these things, and I'm like, ah, don't do it, it could fall. All right. Oh, this one, this is cool. Oh my goodness. So this was in there. Unfortunately, it has a chippy right there on the spout, which is disappointing, and another little flea bite right there. This thing is gorgeous. I hope you can see it. It says Mingus Pitcher Martini 1930s. Chip on spout, no info. I saw a bunch of these, and some of them were called teapots, and some of them were called Mingus, M-I-N-G-U-S pitchers for martinis, which my parents never drank, so, oh my gosh, this is my favorite. I love this little guy. He's over on my shelf where I have my teapots, which I will show you maybe in this video, maybe in another video. And then she had, showed that one, right? Yeah. Then she had these little cups. Now, I don't know if these are Dorothy Thorpe or not. There's really nothing on the bottom. There's no markings or anything. I don't know if Dorothy Thorpe is marked. Maybe you could tell me. She's got what? I think there's 4 or 5. There's a bag of them over there. But yeah, cute. I don't know. I have to do more research on that. And then she had frogs, of course, because my grandparents had greenhouses and flower shops, and that's how my mom was raised, and that's how I was raised in this, that whole, that's all my mom ever did. I mean, she worked at Zimmer's. She worked in a glove factory. Gosh, when she was probably barely first married, or maybe when my brother was little. And her job was to take the glove and put it over a form inside out and sew the liner in. That was her job, was sewing the liners in gloves. We're talking 50s. So anyway, she had these frogs, which I should be interested in, but I'm not. And I don't know how old this one is. I don't know anything about them. And I really don't want them. There's 2 of them, and they're the same thing. Don't know how old they are. I don't know anything about them, but people love them, and they collect them. Okay, whatever. And then this thing's gorgeous. I mean, this, to me, represents the 70s, but I don't think it was the 70s. But our house, when I was growing up in my early teens, like 13, 14, 15, 16, Our house was this color of green with gold, green and gold. You know, the 70s green and gold. This thing is gorgeous. You look at it and you go, man, that looks like Fenton. This is so smooth. It's baby butt soft. Look at that cute little top. All right, so it says, nothing on the bottom, but I Google photoed it, and this is what I got. Westmoreland Vintage Swirl and Ball Green Satin Candy Dish. It only sells for $50. I don't have anything that's worth any money. Okay, Mom. But, you know, to me, this stuff is priceless because this is my childhood. And the bad thing about that is it means something to me. It's sentimental. This is what I grew up with. It means nothing to my kids. It means absolutely nothing. Now, I can have it for the next 20, 25 years, and my kids are going to come along and go, you know, what do they care? And that makes me sad. That's why I've marked a lot of this stuff, and I'm going to, I don't know, maybe catalog it or whatever, and just let my kids, I might even do a video like this and just say, okay, kids, here's your video. Don't get rid of this stuff. This was from my childhood, okay? This was, you can eventually say, this was my grandmother's. This was my great-grandmother's. This was, you know, my mom's. All right, I found this in there, which I thought was very interesting. Where do we start? And I thought, what is this? I mean, seriously, this is stupid. Not stupid. Philippines nesting box, raffia, from the 60s. So, not sure where Mom got that. Murano style art glass fish, vintage. Now this came up vintage. It says made in China on the bottom, but vintage could be the 70s. They say paperweight. This very fish is $15 on eBay. And I found others that were between $15 and $17. So 15 bucks. I don't have anything that's worth any money. $15 glass fish. This little guy was interesting, and I knew, because I can tell sometimes this is something. I mean, I didn't look up the stuff that I didn't think was anything, but this is a cute little guy. What did it say? Topless pineapple jar. So much information. But that's what it said. It was a pineapple jar. I'll have to do more research on that. And then this was in there, and it's like nondescript. Mom loves that word, nondescript. It's her favorite word. Very cute little glass. Two-piece ring thing, whatever, in a heart shape. What did I get on this? Nachtmann, N-A-C-H-T-M-A-N-N crystal. Came up. $14 to $25, unmarked, maybe Waterford. That's what it said. Maybe Waterford. But it's not marked. I mean, so I don't know. I just Google photoed it, and that's what I got. Very cute. So that's all about that. Now, I do have the milk glass I'm going to go get because I forgot that too. But here's something interesting. So, Mom had these in the 70s. Seems like there was something else. It must be still at her house. And so these, I mean, they're huge. Who would need salt and pepper shakers this big? But here's what I found. Vintage California pottery, salt and pepper shakers, $16. Not saturated online. In other words, there wasn't a lot of them. And this plastic stopper is original. It is like coming apart. I can't touch it. Like I'm not even gonna touch it. That's how delicate it is, coming apart. This one too, coming apart really, really bad. So bad. These would be just for looks. But yeah, California pottery, this exact set. And there was something else. I can't remember what was there. I'm gonna go get the milk glass because it's real pretty. But I wanted to show you something else really fast. I don't know where this, I mean, I know where I got it, and I don't really want to say because it's kind of a delicate matter, but let's just say somebody left and moved away and left a bunch of stuff at the house where somebody else I know, could have been a relative, was living. And I went through the boxes in the driveway and found some cool stuff. But here's what I found. And I have not looked this stuff up. 2 of these. And this person was had a very good eye for collector's stuff and good fine things. Cannot believe these were left behind. They are so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. These candlesticks. Candle holders. Beautiful. Still has the little metal label on it. It says USA Art Cut Crystal. Both of them still have the label on them. So I took them. Mine. And then these were in there. Oh, you know what? It's the same swirl. Same exact swirl. These little salt and pepper shakers. Wow. Yeah. I had 2 salt. I don't know why they're both salt. I probably had something and I used them at the table. But yeah, these are cute. I need to Google photos these 2. And then found this cute little picture. It's so cute. I haven't Google photoed this yet, but I need to. It's gorgeous. It's cut crystal. I mean, this thing, it has no mark. It's gorgeous. No chips. Oh, has this cute little divots around the edge right there. So cute. But this was, I don't know why I like this weird stuff, but I fell in love with this thing. Boy, is it dirty. I guess it was a butter dish, you know, to hold a stick of butter. I don't really know. Like I said, I need to Google photo this. I love this thing. So on the table right here, I have this guy on here, and then I have the salt and pepper on each side. I love it. I'm so glad she left it behind. Mine. Okay, I'm gonna go get my milk glass because I think it's real neat. I think it's worth sharing. And I'll get my iPad to show you this little dish sold for $34.99. But it's not for sale because this is my childhood here. All right, be right back. Okay, I got up and realized, oops, I wasn't done. But here's that dish. Vintage 1950s Norcrest trinket box with applied flowers. The flowers are slightly different. But it's darn near the same thing. Cool. So that's what I found on that. Then I forgot these were over up here. This says Duncan and Miller Teardrop Bubble, 1936 to 55. I found it anywhere from $14 to $29. It's a 2-sided little dish. Who knows what they used to put in here? Little mints. It's not an ashtray. There's no little divot. And if anybody would use this for an ashtray, they'd be stupid. But it's got little raised bumps on the bottom. Cool. But I found this exact same one using Google Photos. Cool. And then she had this one, Imperial Glass, $11 to $18 and $20 to $24. Candle Wick Relish, rare find. Now, when I'm reading this, this is what it said. This is what it said. I'm not saying it. This is what it said. Imperial Glass, 18 to 24, 20 to 24. Well, 11 to 18, 20 to 24. So I must have found some that were 11 to 18 and then 20 up to 24. Candle Wick Relish, rare find. Cute. Hope you can see it. That's why I wore dark, so you could hopefully see. Super cute. I don't have anything that's worth any money. Okay, Mom. $29 for the little teardrop bubble. $29. I'll bet that thing was like $2 or $3 back in the 50s. Well, it says 36 to 55. 1936 to 55. I don't know. Then I brought these. I had brought these home because my bedroom is buffalo check. And I thought, oh, that'd be really cute on my dresser. See if I can get this without any... I should have had this already out, but I forgot. Oh, I marked them. Yay. This cute little dish. It's got grapes on it. Super cute. Little grapes. Yep, all grapes. Nothing marked on the bottom, but there's a stamp, the indent, like it was grapes. Like it's grapes, but the inside's plain. All right. What I find about this, Westmoreland, which I knew all her stuff was, Westmoreland, oh, blackberry. They're blackberries, not grapes. Okay. Yeah, that looks more like blackberry. Yep. Blackberry vanity candy trinket rare find. $20 on Etsy, $25 on eBay, beaded trim. $14 to $38. So I must have found one for $20 on Etsy, $25 on eBay, because then I wrote at the bottom $14 to $38. So I must have found more. Cute. Super cute. And again, this type of, this is what I remember. I remember this stuff. You don't think about this stuff when you're a kid. And then you go 60 years later, wow, this is amazing. She still has this stuff. Now this one is what you would call, I guess, a pedestal bowl. Super cute. Little star. This is going to be star something, I can tell. No mark on the bottom. No mark. Super cute. Little stars. What does this say? Starburst. Now why did it, oh, excellent condition. Milk glass vintage, 20 to 22. I found one for $15 on eBay that had a chip. So, vintage Starburst. Super cute. I don't think that's Westmoreland though. I mean, it didn't come up, or I would have written it down. So I think this is going to be the last one of the milk glass. It's so funny because I feel like I felt like she had more, but look at this top. Oh my goodness, how cute is that? Wow. This looks more like a vanity than a candy dish. But, I mean, I can just picture somebody putting something powder thing in there. Oh, it does have a, oh, that's right. It's got a pebble bottom with what looks like a G. I don't know if you can see that. A G in there. So you're always looking for those kind of symbols, right? Oh, 1950s hobnail powder container, Imperial glass. So the Imperial glass has the G. I even drew it. So Imperial glass, it's a I with a G over it. Imperial glass. Call coming in. Anyway, so that's all of that for now. So I don't think I have anything up there that was my mom's. But I will take some video of whatever's on the little shelves I have in the kitchen, because it would just be too much to bring it all over. So that's my mom's collection, and that's not even all of it. She has a shelf at home with more stuff. Not necessarily like this, but like she has glass mushrooms. They are cool. That's my childhood, the 70s. Mushrooms was huge back then. And so I'll have to get pictures of that too. And she has other stuff that I haven't boxed up or anything. This stuff was already boxed up. So anyway, I just wanted to share all that fun stuff with you guys. And so I will probably insert the stuff from over there. There's not a lot, just a few things. All right, here we go. That was my grandma's cookbook, the Betty Furness cookbook. This teapot. One of them, I have two, and I'll explain why. Yep, there it is. About 1957, Mother's Day. My dad used to wind that up, put a knife under it, and it would play tea for two. Now, I found another one on eBay. Sorry, hang on. Found another one on eBay, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, no way, there's no way. So I bought it. It was like 56 bucks. And guess what? It works. Hang on. Oh, and that was my childhood book, The Ritual, my favorite book. Dad would stick a knife under there. I play this for my dad. He's gone, but at least I have the music to it. He would stick a knife under there. We would put tea in it. He knew it was my favorite thing. See, when you put it down, it stops. Anyway, that's about it, except for this thing. I saw this, and I went, hey, that's the coin bank from my childhood. When I was a kid, we had these at church. It was for the missionaries. You would collect money for the missionaries. And I wrote on the bottom, I just wrote this for my kids. Missionary Bank, my childhood, 60s. Yeah, cool. Other than that, oh, that was my grandma's. This was my grandma's. This is Russell Wright. I broke that. I need to dust so bad. I broke the picture to it. Very disappointing. But yeah, that's it.